When overtaking cyclists, you should give them 1.5 meters space at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour and greater distance at higher speeds. When overtaking horses, you should give 2 meters distance and pass them at no more than 10 miles per hour. But not every driver follows this guidance. Why do people overtake dangerously? Stress, anxiety, frustration and anger can all play a role. If you have felt these emotions, don't worry. These are natural human responses to tricky situations. Throughout these videos, we'll provide techniques to help you stop these situations from dictating how you feel and behave, and instead put you back in control. If you get angry while driving, you put yourself and others at risk. In fact, being angry can raise your chance of a crash nearly tenfold. Yet anger towards other road users is typically unwarranted, or at best, an overreaction. Most of us realize this when we find the focus of our anger turns out to be someone we know. Suddenly, we realize that our anger is unjustified, and it can even be quite embarrassing. To explain this, researchers make a distinction between in-groups and out-groups. All your friends and family belong to your in-group, but we also include other people who we might not know personally, but with whom we identify for some reason. Fellow fans who follow the same football team. People who have the same job as us. If you're a dog owner, you may identify with other dog owners you meet while walking. And of course, we may think that drivers with the same sort of car may be similar to us. In contrast, if we don't like cycling or we've never been horse riding, we're more likely to place these road users in the out group. Whenever we think about people we don't know personally, we are likely to use stereotypes to interpret their behavior. If they're in the in group, we may use positive stereotypes. But for those in the out group, we may rely on negative stereotypes. Positive stereotypes protect the in-group from our negative thoughts, while the negative stereotypes of the out-group may actually attract those negative thoughts. To demonstrate just how ridiculous it is to get angry based on stereotypes, let's take a random group of people. Some of them will be cyclists. 1 or 2 may be horse riders. But these cyclists and horse riders are also likely to be car drivers. In this case, all of them are also fans of live rock music. And if you were at the same concert, they would be part of your in-group. So don't think of vulnerable road users as part of the out-group. There are likely to be far more similarities between you and these other road users than differences. If you can remember this when you next see a cyclist or a horse rider, you'll find it easier to avoid unwarranted anger. If this feels tricky, here's a little technique that might help. When you see a cyclist or rider, try to imagine 3 things about them. For example, you might guess what job they have, what music they like, what sort of restaurant they would pick for a night out. This little trick makes you think of the other road user as a complete person and can help you find reasons to class them in your in-group. When you view people in this way, you'll find it easier to treat them with respect when you overtake.